What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, hence go Sooners. But we're here to pay our respects and remember what happened in the year 1995, the Oklahoma City bombing. So this is my very first time in Oklahoma City. What we're going to do is this is going to be a two-part video. So if you're interested in this, make sure you go check out the opposite of this video. But in this video, we're gonna do tour them outside the exterior memorial. And in the next video, we're going to tour the Memorial Museum, which I heard is very good. Either way, come along with me and we're going to take this journey together. Let's go pay our respects to the fallen here at the Oklahoma City Memorial. Let's go. So if you do plan on coming here, the parking garage is straight ahead. If you buy a museum ticket, you get to park for free. Otherwise, it's only $5 an hour, not bad at all. But just to give you an idea of kind of the layout of everything and what we're gonna see today, straight ahead, like I said, is the parking garage. Here is the Memorial Museum, which we will be touring in about an hour and a half. That's why I said that's gonna be another video, pretty much part two. And literally right next to the museum, which I believe used to be a library, is the memorial. This fence right here is famous. There's the Jesus Wept statue straight ahead. I know somewhere around here, I want to go find it. It used to be the children's playground of the daycare. And straight ahead is the memorial. So we're going to check all of that out in this video. Like I said, this is my very first time here in Oklahoma City. I've heard it's kind of unlike any other city, and it really is, basically because, like, you know, you picture a city, like we were just in Boston not that long ago. You picture a city and it's slammed. There's a lot of people. There's cars, trains, taxis, all of that. There's people screaming and this and that. Oklahoma City is not like that at all. It's pretty much dead, which they say it's not a lot of people come here, but it's a good place to visit. And this is definitely one of the main things, obviously, if you're going to come to Oklahoma, to see and check out. Before we get started on our journey, just to give you kind of a brief overview of what happened. If you haven't heard the story in a while, or maybe you're unfamiliar with it, and April 19th, 1995 was the day that 168 people lost their lives here due to a man by the name of Timothy McVeigh. Very troubled young lad. He wasn't even that old. I don't know, maybe early 20s, I think. I don't know, 21 seems to be a thing. But his, the reason behind his anger was pretty much the Waco siege. I actually have a video of that. I'll have to go and put it in the description down below. But the whole Waco siege that happened in '93, I think it was, he was pretty much mad about that. What I read originally, Timothy kind of wanted to plan an assassination first, but then he realized, like, he can do more damage by doing what he did. Now, if you know anything about the Waco siege, a lot of it happened with the ATF. So for him, that was one of his main targets. I believe at this federal building, they had one of their headquarters here, I think. So that pretty much was his main target. Now, not long after Timothy McVeigh did receive the death penalty, July 2001, I think he was put to death, and his co-conspirator Terry Nichols is still alive today. I believe he's serving 160 years in jail in Boulder, Colorado, and I think that's like Bombers. He's serving in Bombers Row, I think, from what I've read online. So Bombers Row was the guy who kind of placed the bomb in the World Trade Center in 1993. He's there. There's another guy who did something crazy that's there, and then obviously Terry Nichols is there. But as far as damage goes, I think this was like $650 million worth of damage that he did here. Anyway, so you pretty much have the background. Now let's go explore. Beautiful memorial here today. All right, so back where we started, like I said, there's a parking garage, the museum. This is where the memorial starts. And the first thing that we see that I wanted to check out is this chain link fence right here. And there is a sign. Let's see. It's called The Fence. Following rescue and recovery and removal of the bombshell of the Alfred P. Murrah Federal Building in 1995, a large chain link fence was installed to protect the site. Obviously, there's the fence right here. What's crazy is it's still here today, so here we go. Between May 1995 and April 2000, before the symbolic memorial grounds opened to the public, tens of thousands came to see for themselves this place of unspeakable loss. The visitors left messages of caring, encouragement, and support, often on anything they could find. T-shirts, license plates, keychains, jewelry, cookie boxes, and business cards. Many came with flowers, teddy bears, and flags. They wrote messages for the family members of those killed, survivors, rescuers, and the community at large. The fence became a destination and an important link connecting those most affected and people from around the country and the world. The fence brought comfort. Although not part of the original memorial design, the fence was incorporated in its plans in October of 1998. A day after the groundbreaking for the memorial, family members, survivors, and rescue workers joined together and moved sections of the fence to its current location here today. Along Harvey Avenue, the symbolic healing side of the memorial. Mementos left by visitors are periodically removed and archived for the memorial collection. These artifacts join countless others gathered from the building, rescue organizations, and visitors. Messages of support are still left even today. Wow. Okay, so like I said, this is the original fence. This was here in 1995. Stronger Together. Oh, you can download an app? That's cool. Wow. Let's just kind of go down and obviously we'll get more into it as we go through the video, but one of the saddest stories with this terrorist attack, disaster, was that there was a child care center, a daycare inside this building, and there were so many children that lost their lives, and we're going to explore more of that later in the video. There's a famous photo that's coming up once again later in the video, and there's even, I would say, a famous child's grave that we will be visiting at the end of this video. So with that being said, to get the full experience, make sure you visit or stay till the end of the video. We remember Waurika Elementary. I hope I pronounced that right. 4th grade. Someone from San Diego is here. That's a cool heart. It's like a metal heart. There's some names down here. Of course, the American flag. A couple American flags, actually. But yeah, this, like I said, this is crazy that this is the original fence. I wanted to go see these. There's a couple photos of actual victims that died here. Let's take a look at some of these. Carrie Ann Lenz. Oh, plus baby Michael James Lenz. That is so sad. Jeez. Because that was a mom and a baby that both died here. I'm just going to guess that she was taking him to the daycare or dropping him off. Man, in loving memory of John Hanson. There's no name on this one, but another gentleman. Wow. So what's crazy is up until this point, there was like no huge terrorist attacks, like I don't think ever in the United States of America. Then obviously this happened in 95, and before 9/11, this was the largest terrorist attack on American soil. Very sad. Actually, well, you know, I mean, it kind of is what it is. Like 9/11 obviously was 9/11. We don't have to go into the depth of how powerful that shocked and changed our country and the world. But like this terrorist attack, this massacre, if you want to call it that, kind of gets overshadowed with 9/11. I mean, obviously people remember, but you know, when 9/11 happened, this was all kind of put to the side. We've made our way up the hill a little bit, and where this museum used to be, well, where the museum is now, the National Memorial Museum, this used to be the library. Like I said, we'll be touring that in a separate video, but we've made our way up here, and we've made our way to the memorial. And like I said, you're just gonna come along with me, and I want you to feel like you're here with me, so I'm not doing this alone. This is so peaceful. First views, this is the reflecting pool. Now, from what I understand, this used to be 5th Street. So where we drove down 6th Street, you know, right over there, but this used to be 5th Street, coming from here down this way. And supposedly Timothy McVeigh parked his van right where the pool is today. That's kind of why they have that here. And then they have a couple other signs. We'll take a look at that, but just imagine that. So he parked his van somewhere along here. I'm gonna jump up here to give you a better view. So, like I said, would have been 5th Street, parked his van right here, and straight across the reflecting pool where those chairs are. We'll go take a look at that and explain what that means. But this right here was the building. I know it's very hard to kind of picture today, but this is where everything happened. And if we zoom out a little bit, you can kind of get a full picture. I know we're facing into the sun a little bit today. I do apologize. But 5th Street, where he parked his car, where the building was, and I believe that building over there is still original. We'll have to go take a look at that. All right, let's get to our next point. Okay, as we're walking down the reflecting pool, we see these walls, I guess, up there. Now, obviously, if you could see that on that wall, it says 901, and then the opposite side says 903. So we're going to talk about what those mean right now. So 901. 901 stands for pretty much the last minute of our country's innocence. This was the minute right before the bombs went off. 902 is obviously when it happened. And then if we turn down this way, 903 is the minute after the destruction. All right, I want to walk around. Here's my wife. I was wondering where she got to. I'm gonna walk around the reflecting pool. Wow, look how shallow it is. I didn't realize it was that shallow. Okay, so you can get a better view, 901, right up there. But we're standing on what used to be 5th Street. That is very pretty, man. Okay, let's go check out the chairs that are here today. First, I want to go see this. Guessing this is some type of sign. Oh, here we go. Okay. Oh, it's interactive. About the gates of time. Touch to begin. Let's do it.
901 gate, symbolizing innocence before the destruction that occurred in 902. The 903 gate, symbolizing the moment healing began.
Oh, okay. I don't know if you could hear that, but he says 903 symbolizes the moment the healing began. I didn't know that. I mean, I knew it was the minute after, but... Okay, let's see what this says. You are entering the area where the Alfred P. Murrah building once stood. The granite used on this pathway was salvaged from the Murrah building. Wow. So this right here is made from what the building used to be. The Field of Empty Chairs is a tribute to the 168 Americans who were killed April 19th, 1995. The 9 rows represent the 9 floors of the former Murrah building. Each person's chair is positioned in the row that corresponds to the floor on which they worked or were visiting. The 5 westernmost empty chairs honor those who were killed outside. Okay, so I didn't know that. Man, I'm not gonna be able to read that. Oh, I guess these are all the people's names. Like I said, I've never been here before, and I'm just filming as we go. So whatever surprises I come upon, you know, it's my first time too. But I can't believe that granite. That's something. Oh, before I forget, okay, so this building here, this was the only part, I think, of the building or the building that was next to it. Can't remember. If you know, let me know in the comments. But this building is original. That's why it kind of looks a little more old and beaten down compared to everything else we've been around. If we go walk down this way, we can kind of see, oh yeah, look at that. You can kind of see chunks that are taken out of the building, and they just, I guess from when the bombs went off, you could just see they left it as is. And I guess this whole wall here, kind of the top of it was taken out. That's why they have the glass here. All right, let's go pay our respects and check out some of these chairs. I just realized this is turf. Yeah, I'm a ninny, I know. Okay. These light up at night, I know that. Obviously, well, it's the morning hour, so obviously we're not going to see these lit up today, but yeah, there's a light in there and it looks so pretty at night. I'll try to throw in a photo if I can. I'm sure I can find one of how this all looks at night lit up. There's one, I gotta go check out this one that's decorated over here. Okay, we need to talk about this one right here. All right, so you know the part where I said in the beginning of the video, we're going to visit kind of I don't want to call it a famous grave because, you know, that doesn't seem right to me, but just a grave site today at the end of this video. So the gravesite we're going to go visit is the gravesite of Bailey Allman, who became famous. She was on the, it's like the photo that everyone remembers from this terrible tragedy of basically a firefighter carrying a 1-year-old child, and that child was Bailey Allman. Anyway, I found her gravesite. I do want to go see that at the end of this video, but the chair that right here that's decorated, yeah, it's hers. That is so sad. Oh my gosh. Miss Bailey Allman. Yeah, she kind of became almost like that photo became the face of this whole tragedy, just to show you, like, you know, what really was going on here. Miss Bailey Allman, I think she was either just shy of her 1-year birthday, or she was a couple days over 1-year-old. But this is her little chair, and okay, as you can see too, so they do this on purpose. The larger chairs, these are all the adults, and you can kind of see the size difference. There's an adult, and then there's a couple children who passed away. That's why they make their chairs smaller. But yes, Miss Bailey Allman, this is her spot. This is the floor she passed away on. Just look at all the chairs. So I said there's 168 people that were killed here. 168 chairs, and you could, like I said, you could kind of see the child's chairs are just kind of grouped in wherever they passed away. So you could see these two front ones are a little smaller. I want to go down to the beginning. I think this is the beginning. It starts on the right side. I think so. Anyway. Wow, look at all the kids in a row, pretty much. 1, 2, 3, 4 in a row right there. Now they said the couple that are at the end, I think, were the ones that were outside the building. I don't know. I could be wrong, because this I don't know. If anyone knows, please let me know in the comments. I don't know if it starts on this side or if it starts on the opposite side, because they said the ones on the outside were the victims that died outside the building. Either way, this is where the building once stood. And like I said, the front of the building would have been right here, 5th Street. All right, I did confirm it was 9 floors and 19 small children that passed away here. Sad. All right, now that we've seen the chair memorial, I want to go check out what's going on up on this hill, because this tree plays a significant role in the story. So let's climb these steps, this hill, and go check out what's going on up here. Okay, we made it. So this tree is what they call a survivor's tree, or a witness tree. Actually, this one's called the survivor tree. That's where I got that from, but it's also what they call in a lot of other places a witness tree. So when I was in the town of Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, and making a couple of videos on the Battle of Gettysburg during the Civil War, they had a few trees in the town that they kind of marked as witness trees, and those trees saw the Battle of Gettysburg. So this tree here is like I said, it's a witness tree, but they call it the survivor tree. And this tree, man, it looks pretty old, huh? This tree would have seen the day unfold. Because like I said, I mean, the building was standing right here. And where this tree is located, pretty much got the full view of the terror, the destruction, the terror, the death that happened that day. Let's see what this says. The spirit of this city and this nation will not be defeated. Our deeply rooted faith sustains us. That's pretty. I like that. So here's another view of the museum today that used to be the library. And this can give you a full view of the exterior of the memorial. Now we do have more to see, so don't go away just yet. Like I said, there's some more statues I want to see. We're also going to go visit Bailey Allman's grave at the end of this video, so we go pay our respects to her. But man, this is a view, huh? I cannot imagine. I just can't imagine that once upon a time that building was right here. So many people, 168 people lost their lives right in front of us. And that damn car was parked right in the reflecting pool there. Okay. Let's, this has been here for a while. I've seen videos other YouTubers made here years ago, and this has been in all the videos, but it's still here. Team 5, April 19th, 1995. We search for the truth, we seek justice, the courts require it, the victims cry for it. What does that say? And God demands it. A rescue worker originally painted the message on this wall during the search and recovery efforts in April 1995. I didn't know that. Wow, so this has been here all this time. Oh yeah, and you could still see kind of like the paint dripping. Man, I didn't know that. I thought somebody just put this here, maybe a family member or something. I didn't know it was a search and rescue worker from that time. Wow. So I guess we came in from the back entrance, well, the opposite side, but I would guess this is the front. Welcome to the Oklahoma City National Memorial Museum. We're making our way around the memorial. So, like I said, obviously this was a children's, the level on the building was a children's daycare. And the playground was somewhere around the same area. Obviously it's not here anymore. I don't know if I'm gonna find it. I was kind of looking for it, and I don't know if Oh, yes, I found it. I had a feeling it was up here. So, to give you an idea where we are, straight ahead is the library slash memorial. And right over here, I thought it was over this way. This is where the children's playground was for the daycare. The playground. This grass lawn was the playground for the children's daycare center. Many children were killed or injured in the building. So, as you could see, like the chairs down there, so once again, building would have been right here. We would have been, I guess, in the back of the building. But right here would have been the children's playground. And I'm assuming, I don't know if anybody was actually in the playground at the time. I doubt it because it was earlier in the morning. You know, kids usually don't go to the playground till the afternoon. But that is very sad. Obviously, the playground's no longer here today. I do appreciate that they have this sign out, though. And it looks like they have like kids kind of playing around together like that. Jeez. Very sad. Have the American flag up top. And what we're standing on, I think, is the original whatever building was here. I'm not sure if this was part of the actual building or it was the building next to it, but this, what we're standing on, is what remains of the original building here. Okay, so my wife just discovered this area was the plaza, right? And I was right. The front of the building was that way, but this would have been the south side of the building and the south entrance. And I think to the Alfred P. Murrah building that was bombed, we would have been on the second level of the building. And this kind of gives us, you know, an idea of the south entrance. This was the location of the south entry to the second floor, all right, of the Alfred P. Murrah Federal Building from the plaza level. Wow. Can you imagine that? Would have walked right through here and we would have been inside the building. And now today, just a drop off. The flag. This is the original flagpole where the A.P. Murrah Federal Building's U.S. flag was flown, and the flag still stands, still here today. Good thing for these signs, or we would have never known. Okay, so this actually is working out perfect. We have 20 minutes till our museum tour time, and we have just one more thing I want to see while we're at this location, and it's the famous Jesus Wept statue that is on the other side of the street, and you're coming along with us. I've seen photos of this statue. It's very touching, I will say. It's sad. Oh, straight ahead is the fence where we just were, and this is the other side of the memorial there. Whoop. Slow down. Right here is the Jesus Wept statue here for the Oklahoma City Memorial bombing. Wow. Like I said, that's touching. And Jesus wept. That is a shot if I ever did see one. So let's get over this way. Wow, so you could see the statue. Like I said, this was, and it still says 5th Street right there. You probably can't see that, but this is 5th Street. It would have went right through. The reflecting pool is right behind there. The building would have been right behind Jesus here. And the library, which is today the museum, is there. So you have covered the entire exterior of the memorial with us today. All right, now like I said, we're gonna go tour the museum now, which is going to be in part 2 of this video. So when that comes out, make sure you go watch that. We're gonna tour the whole museum. But right now, to end this video, I wanna go visit the gravesite of Bailey Allman, who was a 1-year-old who lost her life right here at the daycare. So let's go to the gravesite. All right, we are now about 13 minutes away from where the museum and the memorial is in Kolb Cemetery, in search of the gravesite of the 1-year-old Bailey Allman, who we've now seen in both my memorial video on the exterior and the museum video, plenty of photos of her. And now I'm putting my wife, Nicole, to work back there. She is the queen of finding grave sites. So I know she's in section 1. Let's try and find her. Bailey Allman is famous because of that photo that was shown in the newspapers around the world. When I was talking to my mom and said we were coming here, she said, the first thing she said was, "Oh my God, I remember that photo of that poor little girl." And what's crazy is my mom, shout out Mom, my mom was 9 months pregnant with my little brother, and he was born 8 days after this happened. So my mom was saying, like, I just can't imagine. I can't imagine, you know, what that mom was going through. All right. I need to pay attention and try and find her gravesite because I don't know if it's going to be easy. So I will see you when we get there. What I do know is I think it's a flat headstone like that. I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure there's going to be flowers. Oh boy, the cemetery goes across the street too, so I could be wrong. I guess I'll have to see how we do. All right, Nicole came through as she always does. I never find these graves without her, but oh, I see. Miss Bailey Allman is right below us. April 18th, 1994 to April 19th, 1995. Daughter of Aaron, we love you. Gosh, she made it to her first birthday and 1 day more. That's very sad. And this is the little girl whose body was shown in the fireman's arms. Literally, this photo was shown across the world. We did find out in the museum that this photo actually won a Pulitzer Prize. That's interesting to me. Gosh, right below us. Every time, if you watch my channel, you know I like to do this, and I gotta do it anyway. For people who obviously, you know, deserve it. But every time I come to a gravesite in my videos, I just like to give a little tap, because she is 6 feet below us, taken way too soon as I get prickers on my fingers. Miss Bailey Allman tragically died in the Oklahoma City bombing in 1995. Well, everyone, that's going to wrap it up for this video. This was very sombering, humbling, sad, but peaceful to be here and see this in person. If you liked it, hit the like button, and make sure you check out part 2. That'll be out next, and I'll see you over there.